KRKI, obviously, and that's WE. Hope you guys are doing fine, by the way. This is me saying thanks for doing what you do. We love you, we appreciate you. We see all the effort you guys put in to make sure these things work, and we are very, very, very grateful. Please, 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 and please turn on your notification button so that you'll be the first to know whenever we post a new video. By the way, we love you guys like so, so, so much. You guys are the real Idon, I don't. Anyways, quick one. This is me welcoming you guys to Go to Life News, where we'll bring you updates concerning music, and that's across the country. Today we begin with who Davido resting peacefully after doing an amazing project. This is how you sleep when you've had success. This is how you rest actually. And his private jet doing good for himself. No wonder Davido is flying almost everywhere. You see him today in the UK, you see him in the US, you see him in France, you see him in Venice, you see him like he's everywhere for two purposes: promoting his music, making sure that the world is aware that he has dropped Timeless. And that's somebody who is big already. So you that you're an upcoming artist, when you drop a project, what do? Promote the hell out of that project. That is how it works. Anyways, quick one, let's see what happened. So bootleg podcast, and where they did like a guide basically because he said a whole lot on this interview. Moving on, we saw where he actually linked up with Chris Brown actually, and then they were whenever I said this, I've said it like over and over to you guys. Whenever two artists meet up somewhere, it is they're not singing, they're not acting, they're not saying comedy. Basically, it is for music. And then David has promised us that in the month of December, towards the end of the year, he's going to bring Chris Brown to Nigeria. So all of those conversations are actually now rekindling up, saying, are they working on a project? Is Chris Brown going to be on a deluxe project? What is Davido intention with this meeting? Is it just a friendly meeting? I'm in your city, Chris Brown, come, let's turn up, or it's a specific meeting for the deluxe project? All of these questions, I think it will be answered when the project drop. And trust me, we all can't wait to see what that project finally looks like. We saw where Pokuli actually came out to say Davido did, and then he's saying, gratitude king, this is legendary. Thank you, baddest 001. Thank you, Atunji. Basically, he's saying, Davido, thank you for linking him up with Chris Brown. They've actually linked Pokuli with Chris Brown, and then they had like a dance session, a dance routine of the unavailable dance. This video has been trending that almost everyone in the country has seen this video. And trust me, the comment has been saying Chris Brown owned the dance like he created the dance, basically. Like Chris Brown, so as a matter of fact, he even posted it on his post, posted the stuff. But then his is quite different because he didn't have a Pokoli on his own when he posted. There was no Pokoli on that. And then there was more like a robotic thingy where he turned to like a robot and all of that. But amazingly well, promoting unavailable, having Pokoli dance with him, having Davido link them up. It just shows the fact that Davido is man of big heart and he wants everybody on his team to win. By the way, Pokoli is one guy who is favored basically. Pokoli and Wizkid are very good friends. Pokoli and Burna Boy very good friends. Pokoli and Davido very, very good friends. And that's how it should be. I can be fighting with you, but my friend should not fight with you. It is me fighting with you, not my friend fighting with you. Pokoli understands this principle properly and is on good terms with everybody, maybe except Portable. Moving on, we saw Davido saying, "I had to bring two of the most fire dancers from two different worlds. Guess who? Unavailable challenge still going. Just ask the family." One of the comments I got was when Crazy Clam said, "The dance keep getting harder as more bad guys join. Waiting be that thing where Chris Brown they do with his chest. In follow for the dance. Chris Brown actually had an amazing move with his chest. And for Chris Brown, yeah, growing up as a child, you understand that at the point we had like three fire dancers: Michael Jackson, Chris Brown, and Usher. These guys knew exactly what to do when it comes to dancing. So it is not surprising to see Chris Brown doing amazingly well in Afrobeat dance because dance flows in his gene. Moving on, we saw David actually coming out to say he's going to be headlining and performing alongside some of the best talents in the world at the June 10th celebration happening on the 19th of June at Greek Theater at Los Angeles in the US. Amazing one for him. He's going to be alongside of Miguel, Kirk Franklin, Jodeci, SWV, Collery, and more. So amazing guys on this one. But we're not David. We're going to be headlining that one. Not just headlining, also going to be performing on that one. We saw Asashika coming out to say, woke up in a very reflective mood. Woke up in a very reflective mood today. Thankful for 2023 so far. And then he said the second half of the year is going to be amazing. And then Davido is saying, Asa, Asa. How many times did I call you? Don't tell them. Basically, he said, don't tell them. Don't tell them what the second half of the year look like. So he's making people ask questions like, what are your plans for the second half of the year? Obviously, we know for the first half of the year, Davido has dominated by a mile. Think about the fact that the album dropped after like the first quarter, yeah, but then from when the album dropped, like now, Davido has dominated the chart for a mile. Like nobody came close, nobody's coming close. It's a gap between like up and down. Basically, Davido is about 1,000 feet apart. Everybody's like trying to get there. So he got it like a mile apart. And then he's saying for the second part, the team have an idea. They have a plan that wants to also dominate the second part of the year. So the question is, what are those plans? Is it a deluxe project? We never can just tell. Moving on, we have Oxlade as the next guy on the news. We saw Oxlade actually at the point where he dropped the song. Dangbana Shack Me for Body. Then he had Chicken on that one with the song Spells. Amazing one on that one. We saw Oxlade come out to explain life story for some persons. He's saying, unfortunately, the most important person or people in your life can become total strangers overnight. Fortunately, total strangers can become the most important people in your life overnight. This process hurts, but if accepted, it serves to improve the quality of people in your life. The problem is that I can't like this post twice. If you can like it twice, I'll like it like 10 times because this is 100% correct. It's amazing how some persons you guys got vibing and all of that, and over like a week or 2 weeks, 3 weeks. As a matter of fact, it's so fickle now that in 3 days you can just become status viewers overnight. And then he's saying, meanwhile, those status viewers, the strangers that you think are strangers, can become the most important person in your life. All of this happened overnight. 100% correct. And moving on, we saw Well that came out to say his Australian tour will begin this year, and it's going to be in places like Perth, Melbourne. Obviously, he did that. It was an amazing one at the time. We saw where he came out for an interview, and then Oxlade is saying that, as a matter of fact, I was speaking about Wande Coal basically, and then the lady actually said, "Who is the person that makes you starstruck? Who do you see?" And then he said Wande Coal. He said if Wande Coal comes in now, he cannot see anything. That he's so starstruck when he sees Wande Coal. And then he tries the truth. Everybody on earth has somebody that is starstruck. It's like you can't lie about it. They say you want to go to a fire, I want to be a big liar. Everybody asks somebody that is starstruck. No matter how big you are, there's somebody you see that you be starstruck. And also, they're saying for him, that person is Wande Coal. And then he went further saying, he comes online at time and I see people saying Oxlade versus Wande Coal. And it's like, what are you guys doing? Because that's like total nonsense. They called it arrant nonsense. He said, you cannot compare him with Wande Coal. Wande Coal is the reason why he's singing. That's what he says. Wande Coal is the reason why I am singing. You can't. It made it look like Wande Coal dropped Motion to It and he listened to that project and that was what took him to the studio. And then Wande Coal owns why he's singing. So how will you compare him to the person that gave him or made him start singing? It's total rubbish, total nonsense because Wande Coal is mile ahead of him. And moving on, so obviously talking about Wande Coal, and they actually came out to point to promise us that this album, Legend or No Legend, will be out. And then they said all songs are written by Wande Coal. Basically, the track list look like this: Nobody Only, Call My Way, Three Square Meal, Deals, Ichoke, Let Them Know, Streets featuring T-Pain, Paper Soul with Olamide, Ebelebe with Whiskey, Genesis, Jabo with Fireboy, Shomagba, and Don't Feel Love. 13 tracks on that one. And finally, 18th is here and the album is out. Amazing one. Funny how everyone on the project has been actually having the reach with Wizkid out on his post with his own part of the song, Ebelebe. Fireboy posted this with his own part of the song, Jabo. Like everybody has been promoting their own part of the song. Trust me, the album is a complete album. You all need to listen to Wande Coal on that one. Like I told you guys yesterday, the story with Seun Kuti continues today. We saw, I'm sure the story is familiar with the story, how we slapped around. The PRO came out to say we have not beaten him, we've not touched him, not been tortured, at least not for now. They've kept him and they've actually protected him the right way. And he came out, we saw where the police officers went to raid his apartment, and a lot of persons did not understand why they would do this because he slapped an officer. So if you want to investigate, you investigate on the scene or what the officer has done. So it is a place of calling the culprit and the victim and whoever it is, the person, the complaint, and saying, okay, what happened? What did you do? What did you do? Feels like, what is the link between that and this. By the way, the police are wise and they know exactly what they're doing. We saw after this outcome, we didn't hear a report from the police officers, but then we saw um Fallon not coming out to say, talking about Seun Kuti lawyers came out to say after the raid and search, it was said that he said he didn't even know, but then he just got his notice that the police actually got to Seun Kuti's house and they took away his gun license. Remind you that they did not find a gun; they only saw a gun license and they took the gun license. And now it makes this question. And Falana is saying that you have a license for gun does not necessarily mean you have a gun. What it means is that you might just want to get a license in case you get a gun. As a matter of fact, everybody in Nigeria should get a gun license. And he's saying why one is not aware of it, and it's defending the fact that anyone can have a gun license. This is what he said. He said the officer that searched Seun Kuti's home on Tuesday only found a gun license and they seized it. I can confirm that the command is currently working on revoking the license. However, Olumide stated that there is no link between his client's case of assaulting a policeman and a gun license. He said, regrettably, I am not aware of this. However, a license is not a gun. A gun license is mere piece of paper authorizing the bearer of the license to own and have possession of a specified piece of arm, gun. Besides, what's the connection between the allegation of slapping a policeman of a gun license the police are doing? It does not really make sense. Nobody, I repeat, nobody can understand what they are doing. By the way, having a gun and a license are two different entities, and you must explain them when you found them. But the police, like I said, they are in and all of that. Made came out because they've been talking about we're not hearing comments from Sean's elder brother and Made. Nobody's talking and all of that. Made came out to explain that no, that's not true. He said, I don't as court yesterday posted a picture where they were at court, and then he said, I don't like that we have to post things on social media to show or prove we are doing everything we can as a family. But here you go. That's Fabrizio's statement. Yeah, we go. I'm saying because of this, many are cursing at us under my father last post, swearing at us for doing nothing. We must accept there is much more to life than we see on our phones. Coming from Wande Coal, saying they are doing their best and their bit to make sure that Seun Kuti, his uncle, comes out of all of this. So that they are not posting it does not mean they are not doing it. A lot of fans need to understand this, that you don't post it does not mean you don't do it, that you don't post it does not mean you don't have it, and that you post it also does not also mean you have it. Basically, these are simple principles that if you understand, social media will be very peaceful for you and your sanity will be in check. Anyways, guys, I love you guys so much. I'll catch you guys on the very next one. Stay safe, guys, and be careful.